Hi, and welcome to the full-time travel vlog of Dave, Lori, Luna, and Dr. Zayas. This week we're headed into the Cumberland Gap. It's where Virginia, Tennessee, and Kentucky all come together. And it's also where the westward migration of our nation kind of first got its start. We've learned a lot about the westward migration as we've traveled the country. So it was really interesting for us to go back to where it kind of started. There's also a lot of other interesting and rich history in this area, as well as a lot of natural beauty. Come on along. So we came to the Cumberland Gap just to kind of see where three states come together. It's on our path as we're heading back to visit family and friends in Virginia. It's somewhere I kind of always wanted to come. It's an interesting place. When we were in Casper, Wyoming, we stopped at the Interpretive Center for all of the trails westward that came through there. The Mormon Trail, the Pony Express Trail. What else was there?
The Mormons went, and all the wagon trains, they all had different routes, different companies.
The people that were going west to Oregon went through there. Anyways, this is the original beginning of all those trails, if you think about it, because back in the 1700s, when Daniel Boone crossed through the Cumberland Gap, this was originally, they called it the Warrior Path because two warring Native American nations, the Cherokee and the Sioux? Was it? No. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember. We read so much of this information. But anyways, they used this buffalo trace that was originally kind of beaten down by the buffalo looking for salt in some of the salt springs. There's just so much history here. It's very fascinating. But right now we hiked up off of the Cumberland Gap Trail to the tri-state point where Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee all come together, and you can kind of look out over at each state. It's pretty cool. Okay, so this is Kentucky, and we've been in Kentucky for a couple weeks now. So we're saying goodbye to Kentucky. We're going to come over here.
Spinning.
Now behind us is Tennessee. That's where we're going to head when we leave here. And then
Great Hog Hunt.
Yeah, we're going to go down through Tennessee a little bit. And then we're going to be back in Virginia.
Paying taxes. I'm standing in a big crater here, and if you didn't know, you'd walk right past it, but there's a placard out here. In 1862, the Union held Cumberland Gap, and they had a big storehouse here. It was 180 foot long, just a simple structure. They had gunpowder, cannonballs, everything stored in this. The Confederacy was coming up through the gap, and they were going to be overwhelmed, so some guys stayed behind and set it on fire. The explosion of all the ordnance, they couldn't take it with them, is the result of this crater right here is the result of that. And they said debris was landing a mile away from the site of the explosion. It's like, that's a big bang. They just lit it and ran. The Confederacy didn't advance on the position for like 18 hours because things were still going off, and they were just like, nope, ain't doing it.
When we were at Land Between the Lakes, we saw how they made the charcoal. They had those big structures. This is an iron furnace here at the Cumberland Gap. What else about it?
No, they had the water supply for the water wheel on the side.
Yeah, they use that for the bellows, right?
Yep. Lots of manpower. Said there was not a tree standing within a 10 square mile radius of the furnace. Just ate them up. I bet you this is where they filmed that Star Trek episode, Cool Star Treks, with Captain Kirk, where all the villagers had to feed Vol. and they had the Enterprise in a tractor beam, and Scotty couldn't free it, and Kirk had to fire him, and they just took the snake head off of it, but that's fine.
This is part of the Wilderness Road Trail, which goes actually through the gap. I see why they closed that bridge. It doesn't look too sturdy.
Up until COVID, you could still get a guided tour with a ranger and a flashlight through the cave system, but yeah, all that is kaput.
For now.
Yeah, for now. They said there's some Civil War soldiers on both sides, have their names carved in the cave up here, and there's still soot on the wall from their candles. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Yep, but it is kaput.
The rangers in these parks are always eager to share with you if you only ask what their personal favorite hike is. We found the hike to White Rocks and Sand Cave in just that way at this park. And we had a great time just discussing all kinds of things on that hike.
You bullied me.
Oh, poor baby. How did I bully you?
I don't know, I got them out.
It's good for you.
I snuck a soda yesterday. A canned 12-ounce Coke. Ooh, that was bad. She accused me of trying to kill myself. A little bit extreme, but...
Could it have been in jest that I said that?
No.
No?
Now I'm being forced to pay.
Poor baby.
That's right, ladies. Supplying the beefcake.
This morning we're doing the trail to White Rocks and Sand Cave, which is east, of the Cumberland Gap. And we're going to get a great overlook view at
So
White
I better
Rocks.
get something out of this.
Yeah,
this is brutal.
This has been climb. But I have forgotten how beautiful Virginia can be. This is stunning. It's the very beginning of October, and we're starting to see some fall color on this hike. How far are we going to go total? We don't know.
Too damn far.
It's a nice day, though. Again, my equipment is sorely lacking. This is Sand Cave in Virginia. Can't believe Virginia. And
Very cool. This is the reward for all that uphill. 3.9 miles uphill. And it looks easy. You'll go up in there and just walk all the way to the back. That is nothing
sand
but
is deep, yeah.
It's loose sand. You walk up 2, slide back 1. Energy sucking. That was a brutality.
All right, so that sign said the White Rocks Overlook is up this way. That's what we came for. Sometimes things that are bad for you can be very attractive, right? poison oak?
Yes. It's like a cocktail waitress in a Dolly Parton wig. Stay away from it.
Danger.
These are some scenes from our campground site at the National Park there at Cumberland Gap. But it was time to move on and head out. We left there and spent one night at a Harvest Host, Abingdon Vineyards and Winery, where we saw some pretty strange sights. This lady was having her wedding photos done. All right. Tune in next time when you just might hear.
David needs a snack.
Of course he does.